Like what?
So you remember when we went to brunch and we both Instagrammed a picture of that frittata?
Ooh, that frittata was fluffy as hell.
What are your comments?
Yumtown.
Master of None took a pretty long hiatus for our Netflix streaming service screens. After a tumultuous first 2 seasons, where Aziz Ansari starred as the unlucky in love Dev Shah, finally Master of None Season 3 is available on Netflix for fans of the series to indulge in. But wait, fans are in for a big shock. Season 3 is a massive departure from the previous 2 seasons. In fact, they are really nothing at all alike in terms of production values and casting. But all hope is not lost. There is still something for Master of None fans in Season 3. Stay tuned to find out all the information and details you need to know about Season 3 of Master of None. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. First up, the Season 3 cast. The central characters in this season are Denise, Dev's best friend, and her wife Alicia. Aziz does feature as Dev in a very minor appearance, only coming on screen for episode 1 of the 6-episode season. In a few scenes in episode 1, Dev and his new girlfriend come to Denise's house for dinner one night. They have an argument, and this throws up some questions for Denise and Alicia and the future of their own relationship. Dev makes a brief appearance once again later in the season to be there as a friend and to act as a sounding board for Denise during her marriage woes. Next up, why isn't Dev the protagonist this season? Well, there are 2 reasons for this. One reason is because Aziz has told the media that he feels that Dev's story is kind of done and that there was not much more to say about him. He thought it would be more interesting to explore Denise's relationships as a gay African-American woman. In season 1 and 2 of Master of None, Dev had his fair share of ups and downs in the romance department, with hookups, bust-ups, and soul-searching trips to Italy. The second season was really an opportunity for Aziz to shine in the directorial department, with the star citing many old-school Italian directors as inspiration for his European odyssey. And once again, in season 3, Aziz has gone behind the camera to direct. However, cynics are saying that there is a far more sinister reason why Aziz did not appear as the main character in season 3 of Master of None. This is because the star was embroiled in a scandal where a woman claimed that he had sexually assaulted her. Aziz explained things to the media from his point of view, saying that he thought that their time together was consensual. After this occurrence, many people believe that the taint of these accusations would make it hard for him to star in a successful season 3, so instead, he decided to shift the focus to the character of Denise. Either way, he and the actress who plays Denise, Lena Waithe, co-wrote the script together and saw the character of Denise develop and grow during the writing collaboration. Up next, the plot. This season kicks off with Denise and her new wife Alicia living happily in a beautiful farmhouse in New England. It is a few years after the end of season 2. Denise is now a successful author and her wife is an antiques dealer. Life seems pretty sweet for the pair, but after Dev and his girlfriend come for dinner and have a fight in front of Denise and Alicia, it gets Alicia thinking about her own relationship. She decides to come clean and tells Denise she wants a baby. Denise is shocked at first, but then agrees, and then the couple decides to ask Denise's cousin to be the sperm donor. He agrees, and eventually Alicia does fall pregnant. Tragically, she loses the baby. Alicia can't get over this loss, and she is angry at Denise for not being as upset as she is. She accuses Denise of not wanting the baby in the first place. Alicia goes away for work for a weekend to get away, and Denise invites a friend over. They end up having sex, and then when Denise is driving her home, they get into a car accident. Alicia rushes to the hospital to find out Denise is shaken up, but otherwise fine. When they get home, they have a big fight after Alicia finds unfamiliar underwear on the couch. Then Alicia admits that she was not away for work, and that in fact she was with another woman too. They decide to get a divorce. Denise isn't happy about it, but Alicia wants out. She tells Denise that their whole relationship revolves around Denise's successful writing career. Fast forward a few years, and Alicia has decided, with emotional support from her mother, to do IVF. After a lot of trauma, she has her baby. The final episode of the season shows Denise and Alicia many years later both remarried to other people, and Denise is a parent too. The tables have turned success-wise, with Alicia now owning her own top-end antique store in the city, whereas Denise's second novel has bombed, and now she is back at her boring desk job. They rent out the New England farmhouse for a weekend and reminisce, talk about their kids, and realize they should have worked things out when they were married. Yet, despite their connection, they seem settled in their new lives now, and the viewer does not get the vibe that they will reunite. The season finale leaves the viewer with the feeling that they threw away their marriage, yet with the understanding that Alicia needed to pursue her dreams of becoming a mother. Otherwise, she would have never forgiven herself for not trying. So the series is as much about timing as it is about love when it comes to relationships. Next, the season 3 vibes. Anyone tuning in to season 3 of Master of None, hoping to enjoy some big laughs like they had in previous seasons, will be let down big time. There is nothing funny about this season. It is is moody, serious, and with long shots of zero dialogue. It is actually really depressing. If you're looking for a feel-good laugh, perhaps look for something else. This is not to say it isn't good. It is. It is quite riveting. It is just different. In fact, Aziz has tried to make that clear in the title, where there is a clue. The season is technically called Master of None Presents Moments in Love. This is worded to show that in actual fact, this is kind of like a spin-off in the franchise. And now the directorial choices. Once again, Aziz has been channeling his directorial idols, and this really shows through. Season 3 of Master of None has some major Woody Allen vibes. This season's direction is all about catching the moments in any relationship, from the dramatic to the entirely mundane. For example, there is a heartwarming scene where both women are at home in the laundry, dressed way down, folding clothes, listening to music and dancing. It is super chilled, and it is a really nice insight into the realities of day-to-day domestic relationships. The cinematographer for the series, Theomos Bakataikis, had an interview with Variety magazine where he described the meetings that took place between him and Aziz prior to filming. Actually, it was really easy once we met and decided we were doing this together. When I got the call from my agent, I hadn't seen Master of None and I didn't know Aziz, but when I got these scripts, I really liked them. And when I met with Aziz, he told me that he wanted to do something different from the previous seasons. He communicated what he wanted to do in a very specific way. He was very precise with what he wanted to do, but then I brought to the table some other ideas, Theomos told the publication. There are plenty of long shots in this season where the viewer feels like they are leaning up against the fourth wall. There aren't that many close-up shots, and this was a conscious decision made by the creative team. There are lots of outdoor scenes too. Denise spends her long days writing her second novel, and she spends a great deal of time outdoors with her farm animals for inspiration. The rural scenery is beautiful, and their idyllic life is brought into sharp relief when Denise is pictured back at her desk job, stuck in a sterile gray cubicle. Viewers get a sense of Denise having it all and then having lost it. So what can audiences expect now? Unfortunately, Moments in Love was the final season of Master of None, so fans of Aziz Ansari will just have to wait and see what this comedian and director is up to next. Hopefully, we'll not have to wait too long before he brings something funny to our screens. And after a successful career in stand-up comedy, a starring role in the hit TV show Parks and Recreation, a hit smash series with Master of None, his fans will be expecting even bigger and better things from Mr. Ansari. Well, that's it for this video, viewers. We hope you enjoyed hearing all the information and details you need to know about Season 3 of Master of None. Thanks for watching.